Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to Burgundy. Thank you very much for attending this tasting and this presentation of Albert Bichot wine. Of course, we would have preferred to be physically with you, but this kind of Zoom tasting is better than nothing, of course. First of all, for the newcomers, who are we? May I introduce you my two colleagues, Mathieu Mangenot. Mathieu is our technical general manager, and Christophe Chauvel, who is the estate manager. It means that he takes care of all the vineyards of the Maison Albert Bichot winery. And myself, Alberic Bichot, in charge of the family winery. Where are we? We are in fact in our head office here in Beaune, in the deep heart of Burgundy. It's here. It's not a TV studio. It's just our historical room that we have arranged to make this video Zoom presentation possible. What we propose you today, of course, it's a kind of review of the 2021 vintage. I will make a short introduction of the winery. Then Mathieu will talk about this fantastic vintage, the 21st vintage. Then we will, after 5-10 minutes, we will start the tasting of 6 wines. These wines, you are supposed to have them with you. When we bottled this fancy and beautiful bottle, the wines were not yet finally bottled, but now it's done. However, the quality you have and the quality we have now in bottle is obviously the same. So it's a kind of tasting en primeur, like we say, not in Burgundy, but in Bordeaux. But it's interesting for us to introduce you this new vintage. At the end of the presentation, if you need, if you want, it will be possible for you to ask some questions through the chat system of the Zoom. So if you are ready, let's start. So some of you already know the winery, but for the new people, newcomers, like I said, I think it's important to give you some key points of Albert Bichot. So we are one of the oldest established winery in Burgundy, and I think it's important to tell it. One of the last remaining family-owned winery. We've been established in 1831, so it's almost 2 centuries ago. And I'm honored to represent the 6th generation of the Bichot. Of course, it's too difficult and it's impossible to summarize almost 200 years in 5 minutes. Most important is probably to realize and for me to tell you what we are now in the main aspects of the winery. So basically, we are wine growers for sure. Today we have the chance of owning more than 240 acres all over Burgundy, and we are very lucky to hold 6 different estates, 6 different domains, from the north to the south of Burgundy. Of course, in the north, we start with Chablis, one of the most famous white wine of Burgundy. In Chablis, we have the chance of having the Domaine Longue de Paquis, a quite large estate with very well-known names like Chablis Grand Cru. We are lucky and proud to own 10% of all the Grand Cru of Chablis, with various names like Blanchot, Lépreuse, Vaudésir, and the very famous Mouton. So altogether, we own 6 different Grand Cru. More in the south, we move to La Côte de Nuit. In La Côte de Nuit, we have the Domaine du Clos-Frontin estate. This is probably the most famous place in Burgundy. In Domaine du Clos-Frontin, we produce very famous wines like Richebourg, Chambertin Grand Cru, Échezeaux Grand Cru, Claude Vougeot Grand Cru, the famous also Premier Cru Von Romanet, Les Malconsorts, just close to Latache Grand Cru. Besides, we own also a very unique estate named Le Château Gris, we say it's a monopoly. It's in fact the monopoly of Chateau Gris. We are the sole owner of this tiny and very beautiful chateau where we produce Nuit Saint-Georges Premier Cru Red and some whites also. More in the south, we move to La Côte de Beaune in Pommard with the Domaine du Pavillon. There, this domain is only focused on the Côte de Beaune wine with Corton Charlemagne White, Corton Grand Cru, Volnay Les Centenaux Premier Cru, other wines like Pommard Premier Cru Lérugien, le Pommard Clos des Ursulines, Corton Maréchaude, some whites, Meursault, Village Level, Meursault Premier Cru Les Charmes. Then in La Côte Chalonnaise, we have the estate Domaine Adeline in Mercurey, where we produce Mercurey Premier Cru Red, but also some whites. And more recently, almost 10 years ago, we had the chance of purchasing a great terroir in Beaujolais region, in Moulins-à-Vent, with the Domaine de Rochegray. That's it. So all these estates are completely independent, even if there are Albert Bichot properties, but they are independent because all of them, they have their dedicated team. So instead of having one big winery with a guru winemaker, we have decided, in fact, many years ago, to vinify the wines where they are produced. Where are the vineyards? La Côte de Nuit, in La Côte de Nuit, Côte de Beaune, in Pommard, etc., as you understood already. And we consider that it's much better to have small teams fully dedicated to their terroir, from the vineyards to the vinification, to the aging, on the bottling. So it's really a domain-driven spirit orientation, which is our philosophy. And besides our own properties, besides our own vineyards, we can also buy grapes from our faithful wine growers all over Burgundy, and we vinify their grapes, the wine, with the same care, of course, as we do for our domain wines. This is what we call the négociant, new style, new generation that we really started 25 years ago. So we moved to this system of buying grapes instead of buying the wines in order to better secure our purchase and to be much, how can I say, for the quality of the wine, for the style of wine we really want to do. So all our wines, domains or non-domains, of course, all of them, they are signed Albert Bichot. You can see on the label, it's Albert Bichot. But if you want to know more exactly from where it comes, you can see at the bottom of the label if it's a domain, on which domain it comes from. Sorry, I just read I have a paper, you see. I don't want to forget anything. All our wines are signed Albert Bichot, I told you, but in terms of viticulture, it's important to give you this information, and Christophe will tell more about it. Since 2014, we have been certified officially organic wine for most of our domains wines. And moreover, we are very much involved in the sustainability of our production. Because in addition to the respect of the soil, of nature, we have other environmental commitments. So some of them, which are relatively new, for example, you see for the corks, all our natural corks come from cork forest that comply with sustainable forest management rules. In terms of glass of the bottle, not all, but 80 to 90% of our glass, our bottles come from recycled glass. In terms of paper, also for the labels, because maybe for those who knew already the Maison Albert Bichot, we have changed recently the labels. We changed a little bit the design, but also the paper itself. The paper used for our label is 100% cotton, So it is, of course, biodegradable and recyclable. I cannot show you, but also our carton box, they are FSC, so it means exactly Forest Stewardship Council certified, which is an international label which guarantees the wood which complies with sustainable forest management procedures. And so the cartons, they contain exactly at least 92% of recycled material, and they are manufactured using corn starch with glue, and the decors, the decoration, are made with eco-friendly water-based ink. This is for the Albert Bichot, like we can say. In terms of style of wine, or main objective, or philosophy, as you like, our real goal, our real target is to try to reveal the identity and the typicity of each terroir. Each plot of each vineyard must be different and is different in the glass. As you may know, the richness and the fame of Burgundy is really based on the diversity of the terroirs, the diversity of the soils, the diversity of identities. Maybe you know, or you may remember, in 2015, the UNESCO has officially classified our 1,247 climates. A climate in Burgundy is, in fact, let's be simple, this is a terroir. So they have been classified as a worldwide heritage of humanity. So for us, it has been a great recognition that really show that Burgundy, the Burgundy treasure, is really the singularity of each soil, each parcel.